President Prabowo Subianto attended the D8 summit in Cairo, Egypt. I, along with 4 other journalists, had the opportunity to join the coverage. On December 16, together with the Palace Press Bureau, we left Jakarta on a commercial flight. Meanwhile, President Prabowo Subianto and his entourage departed on the presidential plane on December 17. Today is one among 5 media who received opportunity to cover Indonesia President Prabowo Subianto official work trip to overseas. So the destination is Cairo, Egypt. The flight will not be a direct flight to Egypt, but we will have an 8-hour flight first to Doha, Qatar. The flight from Jakarta to Cairo took about 11 hours, and we got in pretty late. Cairo was way colder than Jakarta, around 8 to 14 degrees Celsius, which made us all pretty hungry. First thing first, as we are now around at 9 p.m. Of course, first things first, we have to eat the foods that all of the people in Egypt usually eat. This is ice, this is like bread, we have the rice, there is soup, this one is like the cream soup, then chicken, lamb. Fun fact, this is also President Prabowo Subianto's first official trip to the African continents, which Egypt is the first country. However, if we talk about his first official trip after becoming a president, then this is his second trip. In Cairo, Egypt, and behind me is the view of the city of Cairo itself. So Cairo is one of the most densely populated city in the world. In 2023, there are around 10 million of people who live in Cairo. So a lot of people, a huge number of population. That's why the Egyptian government decided that they have to do something to accommodate all of these people. They decided to build and also develop a new area where they will have the office for the ministers as well as high-level institutions and also the presidential palace. So all of the government-related stuff are being placed there, and the most interesting thing is that the concept itself is quite similar with Indonesia. We will move our capital in the future in Nusantara in East Kalimantan, where it will focus on the government-related stuff, and also in Egypt, the new administrative capital has a concept of a smart city and also a green city. Again, this is quite similar to what Indonesia is trying to achieve with Nusantara. Another thing that bonded together Indonesia and Egypt is that around 15,000 of Indonesian students are currently studying in Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt. So we are back again with the new administrative capital in Cairo, Egypt. This is the venue for the D8 summit. This is the Developing 8 summit where Indonesia President Prabowo Subianto attended, and then he also attends this and participate in this summit with his counterparts in 7 countries. We have Bangladesh, Pakistan, Malaysia, Iran, Turkey, Nigeria, and of course Egypt, with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi acted as the host this year. So the summit itself brought the theme of investing in youth, supporting MSMEs, and also shaping tomorrow's economy.
D8 must be more than an economic bloc. It is a movement of the global south. Therefore, we must also continue advocating for a fairer global order on the basis of international law, inclusivity, fairness, and shared prosperity. Achieving this requires greater representation of the Global South in decision-making processes. For that, the 8 must be united.
This year is also especially important for Indonesia to attend this summit because in 2026 or the next summit, since the summit happens once every 2 years, we will become a host. And also this is the first summit that President Prabowo Subianto attends after he became Indonesia president. No trip to Egypt is complete without seeing the pyramids. I was left in awe, standing before one of the 7 wonders of the world. President Prabowo Subianto's recent trip to Egypt shows that Indonesia and Egypt is serious to maintain their relationship. We see that it goes way back when Egypt is one of the first country that acknowledged Indonesia independence. So yeah, let's hope that the partnership will continue in the future because both countries also share the same sentiments in order to maintain the support for the geopolitics in terms of supporting Palestine and also in terms of economic cooperations and also culture and as well as education. So yeah, let's hope that everything goes well in the future. And that's it. That's the wrap of my last day in Cairo. Andira Putri reporting from Cairo, Egypt for See Today.